Okay, so we were done with the lecture that was the transmission symptoms of the HIV virus or AIDS. Now let's move toward the next topic, that is another virus, that is herpes virus. Herpes virus is basically a virus that is caused by herpes simplex virus. These are basically the type of the virus that cause the herpes virus. Okay, and if we are talking about the host cell of the herpes virus, that is the cells of oral cavity or buccal cavity, that is mouth and tongue, or you can say that tongue, teeth, and the oral cells of means the whole buccal cavity cells can be included as a host, as well as the genital organ like uterus, yeah, like you can say that testes and the reproductive organs of the male and female, as well as the oral cavity. Okay, now let's talk about the herpes virus. Herpes virus is basically a virus that affect on the mouth and the genital organs. Through the genital organs we'll be learning symptoms and transmission as well. Okay, so the herpes virus is basically having two types, that is HSV1 and HSV2. Or this like, okay, there are two types of HSV1, HSV1 and HSV2. HSV what? Herpes simple virus. There are two type of herpes simple virus. Okay, and if you're talking about, we will be talking about herpes simple virus 1 and 2 as well. First of all, let's talk about that what's the genome of the herpes virus. They are basically enveloped, they are sensitive in nature. Enveloped means they are sensitive in nature, as well as they are having the double strand DNA, double stranded DNA, double stranded. This is like that, double stranded DNA. Their genome is having the double stranded DNA. Okay, now let's talk about the HSV1. HSV1 virus affect the oral cavity, and if you're talking about the HSV2, that will be affecting on the genital organs. Okay, clear? Now let's move towards the symptoms of the herpes virus. If you're talking about the symptoms, so symptoms is the most common symptom is of the herpes virus is blister. Blister is basically that is the small pores in our mouth, the blister around the skin of the mouth or oral cavity. Okay, and you can say that the fever can be the symptom, as well as you can say that the sexual contact of the male and female, that can be the symptoms. Okay, as well as if we are talking about the fluid of the blister, that is called ooze. Ooze is basically the blisters fluid, okay, or sore. These are the fluid of the blister, that is called the ooze. Okay, and as well as you can say that the symptom, that is the burning sensation, burning sensation in urine. Okay, as well as the painful sore in genital region, painful sore in, this is means there is a painful sensation, okay, in genital regions. If somebody is having herpes virus, so that can be the, there can be the symptoms as well. So these all are the symptoms of the herpes virus. Now let's talk about the transmission. If you are talking about the HSV1, they can be transmitted through the oral cavity or oral contact of the saliva. We are talking about the HSV1. Okay. Next is the using utensils, means that we are eating the food in one utensil, so that can be the transmission of the HSV1 virus, that is the herb simple virus. Next is that the using brushes, that is toothbrushes. So using the same brushes that can cause the, or you can say that can transmit the virus to the one person to another person. That was the HSV1. If you're talking about HSV2 symptoms or two transmission, that was the symptoms of both. Okay, trans that was the symptoms of both HSV1 and HSV2. If you're talking about the HSV1, so they were the transmission of the HSV1, and if you're talking about the HSV2, so that is this, basically they are having a transmission, that is one transmission through the sexual contact. That is the, through this the HSV2 can transmit to one person to another person. Okay, sexual contact, and you can say that they are, you can say that they are having the sexual contact, and through this the HSV2 can transmit. So that were the herpes virus, that was the symptoms, and that was the transmission.